I took a photo of the car in the wind tunnel and I sent to the team manager of one of the solar car teams. And I got a reply immediately and he said, wow, it looks amazing. Which laws of physics did you base to come up with that design? And I'm thinking, it was interesting to hear that. So it broke records, it set world first. It was exciting. It was an incredible journey that really changed my life, and I hope the life of many that had the opportunity to participate in the project. Too bad I didn't have the opportunity to talk to Mark because I got pulled over about 26 times by the authorities because someone called 911 to report a UFO. So it was nice to have an astronaut here in the room because I wanted to ask him, how many times have your spaceship been pulled over by authorities because someone thought it was a spaceship? And I have so many stories to share. I have experienced so much with this great adventure, but one really stands out. It was the fall, towards the end of the fall of 2007, the weather was awesome. The warm days were still holding up, bright sunny days. And to make more room in my garage, I decided to put the solar car inside the trailer. And I was parked on the street outside my house. So I would spend many days, evenings, most afternoons working on the car, and to take advantage of daylight, I would keep the doors open. One day, while working on the car, a homeless person pops his head in and says, "What are you doing?" I was focused, he broke my concentration. I look at him, I'm building a solar car. Why? Well, because I want to make a difference. Why? And I thought of my mission statement, to build a dream and to inspire others to fulfill their dreams in a positive way, to benefit mankind and the environment. I put the tools down and I start engaging in a conversation with him. Why? There were so many whys. And I spent about 25, 30 minutes talking to him, answering his questions. And I told him that while growing up in Brazil, about an hour from where I grew up, there was a city that at the time was considered to be the most polluted city in the world. People in that city were getting sick, and the pollution, the degradation to the environment was coming from oil refineries. The forest around it was dying. Babies were being born with birth defects. No limbs, no brains. And that bothered me. I always thought there was a better way, that there is technology that's clean and sustainable we could be using today, but we lack the political will. And I used some harsh words. I said, I think we're a bunch of hypocrites. We're all waiting for a government, someone or something to save the planet for us, and it's not going to happen. We have to take ownership, we have to take responsibility and do whatever we can. This is why I'm doing this. He stopped asking why, and he said, I like what you're doing. I want to help you. I want to give you $20, but I don't have any money. I said, hey, that's okay. If I inspire you in any way, that's okay. I fulfill my part. That's what I want. So no, I really want to help you. I really like what you're doing. I want to help you. But I don't have any money. I said, it's okay. It's all right. I watched him disappear in the horizon, hauling a cart with empty bottles, empty cans, scrap metals. 2 weeks later, I was in the trailer, doors open. I was showing the car to 2 prospective sponsors. And I heard, hi. I turned around, there was him, with his arm extended, holding $10. Here's $10. I said, no, it's okay, it's all right. I was embarrassed. And no, it's okay, Pierre. I told you I was going to give you 20, but I only have 10. Here's $10. I know, it's okay, it's okay. I took the money so he would disappear, and he did. About, I don't know, for some reason, 2 weeks later, I was working in the garage. It was about midnight. I heard a knock on the door, and I opened the door. It was this homeless guy. And he said, hi. I said, hi. He said, I saw the lights on. And he probably could tell by my body language, my expression, I wasn't interested in engaging in a conversation. I just want to work. I just want to do what I was doing. But then he said something. He said, I could use some company. I could use a friend. And that really moved me, because I realized I too could use a friend at that time. And so I welcomed him in. I said, hey, my name is Marcelo. What's your name? My name is Mikey. Nice to meet you, Mikey. So we started chatting and not about nothing in particular. And I was working on the right front suspension. I was trying to remove the wheel, and it was stuck. There was nothing I tried that I could get it out. And he said, do you have 2 C-clamps? I said, yeah. Why don't you put 2 C-clamps, put something in between, and you might be able to pry them out. And I thought, no, it's not going to, just a second, maybe let me try. It worked. Oh, what a great idea, Mikey. And he didn't have the front teeth, and he was giggling like a child. He said, sometimes I have some good ideas. And we both laughed, we both giggled. And over the many days and weeks, I got to know Mikey. He started drinking when he was 5 years old. 5. He was drunk at 5. He was in his late 40s. And I got to know him and learned that sometimes the little that he had got stolen, that sometimes he got beat up on the streets. He was mistreated by the police, mistreated by people. But I also learned there was some kind, generous people that looked after him, that they were good to him. About 2 months after I met Mikey, I was at home. I heard a knock at the front door. It was about 10 o'clock at night. And I went downstairs, opened the door. It was Mikey. He was the drunkest I have ever seen him. He could barely stand. He was wobbly. And he said, I said, hi, Mikey. He said, here's the other $10. I said, Mikey, I can't accept your money. He was looking me in the eye, and he said, I like what you're doing. I believe in what you're doing. I'm up for no good. You are doing something good, and I want to help you. So please, take this money. Otherwise, I'm going to drink it, and you know I will. How could I offend that man? Of course, I accept his money. It was a great gift. But perhaps the greatest gift I received from Mikey was yet to come. As the new year began, I was invited, the Solgar was invited to be in New York. In 1908, there was a race around the world called the Great Race. Asphalt was invented in 1910. How crazy is that? And the organizers of the 100th anniversary of the race invited me to have the solar car on display to represent the future of the automobile. What a great honor. Imagine, from all cars manufacturers around the world, they chose this car that was built in the garage to represent the future. I was excited about that, and even more excited when I watched one of the news segments of the many news coverage of that event of the great-grandson of the driver of the Thomas Flyer that won that race, saying, if my great-grandpa was alive today, he would be driving the solar car. I felt fueled by that, and I really want to drive the car. I had spent by then 20 years dreaming about this. And I felt, it's now or never, I have to do it. So I started pushing myself to the limits, getting everything ready to go on this crazy journey. And about the last week I spent in Toronto before embarking on the journey, I had the opportunity to see Mikey one last time. He said, Mikey, I'm doing this. I'm going to the Arctic. And he said, you're going to be in the tree. And if you see a bear, you have to make a lot of noise. I didn't say anything, but I thought, that's embarrassing. You'll never see me doing that. Fast forward, 3.5 weeks later, I'm in northern BC. I had 2 wonderful volunteers, Mo and Carrie. They were driving a support vehicle. I to them. I asked them to drive ahead of me, find a good location to take some photos and film the solar car as they went by. So off they went, and in my excitement, I didn't pay attention to the status of the battery. The battery was low. So off they went, and now I can't reach them by radio, and I came to a hill, and I didn't have enough energy to climb the hill. I stopped, I turned around, I went to the bottom of the hill, I got out of the car, and I locked myself out. So I'm looking around, all I see is trees, and I'm thinking, I hope I don't see a bear, I hope I don't see a bear, I hope I don't see a bear. Guess what I saw? A bear! It's amazing how fast your brain can process information when you're in a situation of distress. I thought I could run, but forget about it, because bears can outrun humans. I thought I could climb a tree, but bears can climb tree too. It was a black bear. I thought I could hide under a solar car, but as you can see, there is a lot of clearance. Not a good spot to hide. I thought I could run around circles, solar car. But I thought, above all, my motivation was for my life. I was going to run for my life, and the bear was going to run for food. I thought, I have a lot more motivation than the bear. I think I can do it. But I wasn't willing to test my theory, so I thought of Mikey, and I didn't care about feeling embarrassed at all. I started making the loudest bear sound I could come up with. It worked. The bear never came close to me. So it's interesting. Huh? I look back after arriving in Toronto. I had to see Mikey, and I gave him a big hug, because I don't know if I would be here to tell you that story otherwise. I don't know if that works. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do if you see a bear. The bear sound worked for me, and if you're in that situation, I hope it works for you too. But it's looking at that, we have so many problems that I'm not here to provide an answer, but I don't want to be part of the problem. So I want to do my share, and I'd like to inspire you to do your shares. And along the way in your journey, keep an open mind for the Mikeys that you may encounter along your journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much.